Hi, my name is Jansen van Rensburg. I'm the Solutions Engineering Director and Chief Technologist for VMWARE Sub-Saharan Africa. I'm responsible for all the countries in Africa from Cape Town up to Ethiopia and across to Nigeria, and driving value, digital transformation from a software-defined perspective in those countries, and also ultimately to give our customers a new way of doing business and giving their customers a new experience, an innovative way of bringing applications to market. Today I want to talk to you about simplifying security complexities through a VMware security vision and strategy. Once again, my name is Jansen van Rensburg. I'm the Solutions Engineering Director with VMWARE Sub-Saharan Africa. And another of my responsibilities is also Chief Technologist with VMWARE Sub-Saharan Africa. So, if you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well enough, so says Albert Einstein. And from a security perspective, it is very difficult to simplify something. In today's software-defined digital world, security is becoming the #1 concern on CEOs, the board, and also CIOs' thoughts. If a company is hacked or compromised, it really hurts the brand and also customer trust of that company, which can result in several money loss, the brand loss, and also the trust of all their customers that is down the drain. So what is security? If you go and Google security, and according to the dictionary, it is a state of being free from danger or threat. Now, you can look at physical security when you're driving in your car and you don't want to be hijacked, you want to feel secure, or you can look at it from a software security perspective where you want to be secure on the internet, working from your laptop or from any one of your smart devices. So a threat is really a person or persons or a thing likely to cause damage or danger to yourself as an individual, or to your smart device or a company's data center itself. Do all persons look like this, with a dark and dingy face and a hoodie pulled over their faces? No, not really. You can have a person looking like that, and this face is really a Brett Jansen. Brett Jansen is what they call the original godfather of the internet. He started the first cybercrime community that led to darknet today. He started also a cybercrime ring of 4,000 members, the street king of cybercrime. Ultimately, Brett Jansen developed most of the cyber hacking tools, and also gotten people to think about cyber criminality to the state that it is today. So not all hackers are people that is got hoodies over them and so forth. It would be maybe the person that you walk past in the street and the least expected from. And the reason why I bring this up is a lot of people working internally in a company could be a potential hacker without them knowing it. And believe it or not, 80% of hacks inside companies actually happen like that. They get spyware or a type of technology on their laptop without them knowing it, and without them knowing that they are actually the internal hacker that can put malicious software into an environment, and it's not their, the means of what they wanted to achieve. So if you look at Check Point's live cyber threat map, you can see there's a lot of attacks in the world happening on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and also on a per hour, per minute, per second basis. And these attacks are done from the United States, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia, everything, it doesn't really matter. Around the world, companies are being targeted on a per second basis all around the world. So it's real, it's there, and it's happening at an exponential rate. And hackers are becoming more innovative, more focused, and they're making use of artificial intelligence and machine learning to actually hack into companies, or in the new pandemic stage that we're in, making use of technology to get to people's smart devices in order to get to companies' data. So, like I mentioned, hackers are making use of quantum computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also various other tools like the Metasploit, SuperScan, NMAP, EtherPeak, Angry IP Scanner, and so forth, to get their actual ways and means of getting into the data center itself. And the security teams almost feels like this goalie trying to actually block a ball from going into the net. And they've got many balls being kicked at them. In one of the examples we can look at is this castle that they've got big walls up around them, and they've got security from a perimeter perspective. But if a hacker finds his way into this castle, which you can actually see at the bottom here, there's a little tunnel that's being dug by the enemy that's going into the castle. Once you've broken through that perimeter and the hacker is inside of the secure environment, inside the hacker can do whatever they want and they can put down spyware, ransomware, and so forth, and we're seeing millions of dollars going lost due to ransomware these days. So the spyware will sit there for months. Hackers can actually be inside a company and look at sensitive data, which is credit card data or ID numbers, social security numbers, and so forth, and gather all that information to develop a strategy on how to get money and extort money from people. And they can even have the ability to attack families on not just on a company perspective, but also blackmail specific individuals that is out there without these people actually knowing about it. So what we call east to west or internal traffic is the new battleground. A lot of companies want to protect the outside perimeter. It's almost like the easiest way to explain it, it's like an estate, a security estate. You stay inside the estate, you don't have massive walls and electric fencing around you because you feel the perimeter is protecting you. But if someone gets past that perimeter and they're inside the estate, they will basically be able to get into your house very, very quickly and easily because the perimeter is no longer there. So this is what we call east to west traffic, that the internal traffic is then, the hackers are making use of internal traffic to get to the data, and they can stay there for months on end to gather all that data and information. So security is really in need of transformation. We cannot let carry on doing security in the same way, because if you keep on doing it in the same way, you're going to get the same result. And I can guarantee you now that hackers aren't making use of the same hacking tools, the same capabilities as yesterday. They change their tools, the focus on a daily basis. So security needs to transform. And how we transform security from a VMware perspective is we move from a siloed environment to a unified internal micro-segmented environment. We look at threat-centric technology to a context-centric technology and bolted on security to built-in security. A lot of the times, technology or security is bolted on and not built into the software. So now, looking at the same picture of internal networking and information traveling. If this hacker or intruder have gotten into the environment, we need to think about how we distribute firewalling technology throughout your internal data center and also your personal devices. How we take load balancing and intrusion detection and put that throughout the data center, and also load balancing technology and put that throughout the data center. So virtualize your security and allow it to go throughout the data center itself. And also have the analytics to be deployed virtually in a software-defined manner throughout the data center. From a smart device perspective, the older way of doing it was to have a DMZ, a demilitarized zone, with branches and so forth. All the information with the type of VPN is going from a branch into this DMZ, and they're trying to secure it inside the data center itself. But with VMware Secure Access Service Edge, or what we call SASE, you'll now be able to have a distributed demilitarized zone and a point of presence around the world, where it's your home or a branch. It shouldn't matter. You will be secure with the SASE technology being distributed with the help of what we call Carbon Black and also our SD-WAN or VeloCloud technology. So to be able to have that SD-WAN in place is important, and once again the messaging comes back to making use of software-defined digital technology with the security interface, and also to virtualize your firewalling technology, web security technology as well. So intrinsic security have three principles. Number one, it's a distributed architecture throughout your environment, whether it is in the public cloud, your private data center, or whether it is across a network connection connecting these two environments. It shouldn't matter. It should be operational simplicity, not hard to operate, implement, and manage and administer, and obviously context-centric. Needs to be aware of what is going on in an application, what data that application is making use of, and be aware of all the content throughout your public cloud and also the private cloud environment. Intrinsic security with a VMware vision looks at, number one, the analytics of the environment throughout that environment. So whether it is identity, network, cloud, workload, or endpoint, it should be aware of all those individual points across any cloud, any application, and any device. So security does not just start with the data center or the cloud. It also starts with the application in hand, understanding what that application framework is, where that application is communicating to. We've had instances where we deployed specific software and the company did not even know that an application was communicating to an outside server sitting on the internet somewhere. But companies need to have a software-defined approach from the cloud or right through to the device, and from the device back to that cloud environment, looking at apps and data and so forth. And it should be workload security, network security, cloud security, and ultimately workspace security as a combination. But this cannot be done individually. Security is a team sport and needs to work as a team together. You cannot hold one team responsible inside a company for all your security needs. So you need the InfoSec team to talk to the network security team and be intertwined with them, with the end user services team and also the cloud team together, to work together to enable a good security strategy for a company. And with VMware, if you put those solutions together, from an end user computing perspective, it would be Workspace ONE, NSX from a networking perspective, Cloud Health from a cloud perspective, and then obviously Carbon Black from a workload and endpoint perspective. So integrated into your existing security solution, there's open APIs and a lot of close integration with all our partners and security partners. VMware cannot do this alone. We need the security partners on board with us, integrated with our solution, and vice versa, us integrated with their solution to mitigate attacks from cyber criminals, and also leveraging from a wide ecosystem and also various software technologies in the market space to do this. So to sum up, redefining security with VMware, number one is to deliver security as a built-in distributed service and not bolted on, making it simpler to distribute security throughout the data center and to the device and back to the data center again. To actually implement zero trust with fewer tools and silos, to have faster time to market and deal faster with security risks out there. And also then to have scale response with confidence, speed and accuracy, to have smarter security throughout your data center. With that, I thank you. Thanks for your time and thanks for listening to this presentation.